Welcome to the journey of our AD6. This time, we explored campus design, focusing on creating contemporary spaces with a sense of timelessness. It was a process of deep thinking, learning, and meaningful design, from sketches and paper models to the final building model. And here's how it all unfolded. Nalanda University, an ancient marvel and a timeless inspiration. In our AD6, we explored how its design beautifully supported student life. It wasn't just buildings, it was a campus designed for learning, interaction, and reflection. From intimate courtyards to grand pathways, every space had a purpose. The balance of built and open spaces, thoughtful material use, and the flow that fostered community gave us key insights. These lessons became the foundation of our campus design journey.
As part of our academic journey, we embarked on a site visit to Muddenhalli Chikballapura, where we explored a site of 50 acres. With the help of Chandan sir, who's a structural engineer, we were able to construct the roads on the site with respect to the contours, according to which 21 plots were selected that were 2 acres each. With the help of Sarita ma'am, who is a professor for landscape architecture, we came up with a bioswale at the beginning of our site to help deal with the natural slope of water flow, marked areas suitable for a spiritual space towards the edge of the site, and then finally marked the space for common parking. For our site visit, we embarked on a journey covering approximately 74 kilometers from our college to Muddenhalli. The scenic drive took us through the outskirts of Chikballapura. We first halted at the VTU Muddenhalli campus that was the nearest landmark to our site. We traced the land not just with our eyes but with our steps, walking through the winding hill paths adjacent to the Kalavarahalli hills, studying a local quarry and observing the natural terrain that has long shaped the built environment here. We spent time walking through the site and documenting our individual sites along with the existing natural features like boulders, shrubs, or trees within our site. Within the boundary of the 50-acre site was a quarry which was not active anymore. We also explored the VTU Muddenhalli campus that was opposite to our site to get better understanding of how a campus should be designed on similar terrain as ours. Then, we headed to the Visvesvaraya Memorial, a modest yet powerful structure that celebrates one of India's greatest engineers and nation builders. Built on the land where he was born, the memorial does not overwhelm, it invites. Its clean lines and earthy tones mirror the precision and humility of the man it honors. Here, architecture becomes a narrative. Spatial rhythm is subtle and disciplined like Visvesvaraya himself. From the legacy of modern engineering, we turn to the permanence of the sacred, the Bhoganandeshwara temple. Nestled at the base of Nandi Hills, a site layered with time, the Bhoganandeshwara temple isn't just one structure, it's centuries of devotion carved in stone. Dynasties passed, styles evolved, but the sanctity of the space endured. This is a story of space, structure, and lessons etched in stone. Mudainalli gave us more than documentation, it gave us perspective that architecture is not simply designed, it's remembered, revered, and reinterpreted with every generation.
Titan Integrity, a beacon of thoughtful architecture, an exemplar of sustainable design principles, designed by renowned architect Sanjay Mohe. This building became a key case study in our AD6 journey. Its use of natural light, passive cooling, and contextual materials guided our understanding of sustainability in campus design. It inspired us to think beyond function, to design spaces that breathe with nature. IIM Bangalore, an icon of architectural depth. A timeless blend of structure, space, and soul. Designed by Pritzker laureate B.V. Doshi. As a part of our AD6 studio, IIMB served as foundational case study. Its integration of built form with open courtyards, use of locally available materials, and sensitivity to light and shadow taught us the essence of timeless design. This experience helped shape our own campus proposals, not just as a building, but as a lasting experiences.
We explored the Insight Gallery, a timeless space where 50 architecture models of Le Corbusier's iconic work stood tall. From Chandigarh to Marseille, each model spoke the language of modernism and minimalism. More than just structures, there were lessons in proportion, in light, and in vision. As architecture students, we didn't just see, we absorbed. Through every curve, every line, we felt the essence of contemporary design, the Corbusier way.
Our visit took us to the thesis open day at Dayanand Sagar College of Architecture, where the graduating batch showcased their hard work, creativity, and research. Each project, from urban designs to interiors, told its own story. We explored, asked questions, and took back lessons from our own journey. In the early phase, we referred to Analyzing Architecture book, which helped shape our understanding of space, form, and function. Then, we began exploring design ideas through hand-drawn sketches. These foundational sketches laid the groundwork for our entire design process, guided by our studio manual.
To understand our site's topography better, we created a detailed contour model. Each of us worked on an individual portion of the site, studying the contour lines and cutting thermocol layers at 1 meter intervals to show the slopes and levels. Once completed, we assembled all the parts to form a full site model, highlighting its terrain and variations. This exercise taught us not just the site's physical features but also the value of teamwork and how each part contributes to the whole contour model. To develop our design ideas, we did a volume study to explore the site's spatial potential. Each of us created a simple massing models based on the site's context, constraints, and requirements. This helped us experiment with the scale, proportion, and placement, visualize our concepts in 3D, and refine them to suit the site both functionally and contextually.
We began our design process by drawing simple construction lines to explore the site and define basic grids and axes. From there, we gradually developed a form testing proportions and orientations that responded to the site's context and constraints. With Sumana ma'am's guidance, we redefined the design further by layering the principles of basic design. She helped us see how to shape the volumes meaningfully, ensuring the spaces were both functional and aesthetically connected to the site.
After finalizing our design forms, we moved on to developing sections and elevations. We carefully cut through the building to reveal how spaces connect vertically and studied how light, ventilation, and circulation work inside. For the elevations, we explored the facade, proportion, and materials, making sure it looked balanced and responded to the site context.
As the midterm Viva approaches, the studio comes alive with energy and last-minute touches. We were carefully preparing our models, dusting every surface, fixing tiny details, and making sure everything looks perfect. Each model reflects hours of hard work, sleepless nights, and endless cups of chai. With a mix of nervousness and excitement, we got ready to present our ideas and defend their designs in front of the jury. Our midterm Viva started off with our group presentation. We stood together explaining the overall concept, the site approach, and how each of our designs responded to the brief. After that, one by one, we stepped forward to explain our individual designs. We walked them through our study models, the form, the zoning, and the ideas behind each space. The jurors listened carefully and asked some sharp questions. This helped us understand our own design even better. It was a great opportunity to understand what each of our design was lacking and how to improve it by inculcating the jurors' suggestions.
After finalizing our design, we began drafting in AutoCAD to create precise technical drawings. We set up the sheet with correct units, layers, and line weights, ensuring clarity. Starting with the floor plans, we detailed walls, openings, furniture, and dimensions. Then, we drafted sections to show vertical connections and elevations to highlight the facade. Throughout, we checked scale, proportions, and alignment to keep the drawings accurate and professional. This process helped us refine and clearly communicate our design.
Model making, for us, it's not just part of the process, it's where the design comes to life. We worked tirelessly to translate our campus design from sketches and drawings into three-dimensional reality. With every piece of board cut, every block placed, and every pathway aligned, we were not just constructing a model, we were building an idea. The campus we imagined was not just about structures, but about spaces that breathe. Open courtyards, shaded walkways, and built forms responding to climate, context, and community. Each member of the team brought their own skill to the table, from hand cutting and hand crafting jali elements to painting textures and assembling terrain. The studio turned into a collaborative workshop where architecture met craftsmanship. There were long hours, last-minute fixes, and moments of creative doubt, but also teamwork and immense satisfaction when we saw our vision come together piece by piece. This model is more than just a scaled version of a design. It represents our understanding, effort, and shared passion for the built environment as a result of a successful AD studio. As the finishing touches were added, we stood back to see how our understanding of timelessness came to creation.
Just before the final Viva, we all gathered in the studio to set up our space. Carefully, we placed our models in the studio and started putting up our sheets, checking every detail twice. The atmosphere was a mix of quiet tension and teamwork, everyone helping each other, making sure things looked neat and presentable. After weeks of hard work, this was our final moment to get everything ready before facing the jurors. Every pin, every model placement mattered.
Just moments before our final Viva, the Dean, along with a few faculty members, walked into the studio for a quick review. There was a certain silence in the air, not out of fear, but out of focus. They moved slowly from one model to the next, asking a few questions, observing our sheets, and giving small suggestions. It felt like everything we had been working on for weeks was finally under the spotlight. Standing beside our work, listening to their feedback was both intense and reassuring. Their presence reminded us that it wasn't just about marks. It was about learning, growing, and expressing our ideas with clarity and confidence. Our final Viva began with a group presentation where we explained the overall concept, site strategies, and different parameters we had developed together as a team. Each of us spoke about different aspects, showing how our ideas were connected and evolved through discussion and collaborative decisions. Then came the individual round. One by one, we presented our personal design proposals to the juror. Standing beside our sheets and showing our models, we spoke about our design intent, spatial planning, and how our concepts responded to the larger vision.
I'm very happy to see gathering of all the bright young minds of semester 6. So before the actual Viva commenced, I had an opportunity to go through the works, collection of works. The success of any design studio is reflected when learning from all other subjects of that semester or previous semester is reflected. in the students' work. And today, I think I could see parts of it. So I could see Sumana madam bringing or advising during the course of the semester geometrical forms that that students start with, and converting them into architectural forms. That is nice, and this is the correct stage for you to be adapting this at the end of third year. Also, see collaboration between architectural design studio and the landscape studio. Though there was one layer of it, one or two layers, so it's achieved effectively. And as far as the site is concerned, I would say it's very complex. If I am offered a site like that, I'd be very troubled in handling it. So I think under pressure or duress from Praveen's side, all the students of the class are managed to learn very quickly handling sites with, I think, active inputs from our friend Chandan. So thank you to Chandan, thank you to Sarita madam, Sumana madam, and most importantly, person who was driving you all in the right direction, Praveen. I think it's a good studio exercise. So don't lose the momentum. If you build the momentum, next semester if you lose it, you're not going anywhere. So build, learn to handle more projects with more layers, more challenges. Then I think by the time we come to thesis semester, you'll be good, sensible designers.